In the quiet village of Ola, lived Emily, a beautiful young woman, her curves and graceful walk turning heads everywhere she went. Her younger sister, Rebecca, though not as striking as Emily, possessed a quiet charm of her own, with soft brown eyes and a shy smile that gently drew people in. Every morning, their mother, Madam Katherine, would call them out of their small hut. "My beautiful daughters," she would say, her voice filled with both hope and longing. "I want you to marry rich men, men who can give us a mansion and take us far away from this life of poverty. Especially you, Emily. My firstborn. You are far too beautiful to waste your life with a poor man. I have suffered too much to see my children struggle like I did." Emily's eyes would soften, though she had grown tired of hearing the same words every day. "Mama," she said gently, "isn't love more important than money? Can happiness really be bought?" Madam Katherine shook her head firmly. "Happiness can fade, my child, but security lasts forever. Look at me, I am still living in this hut while others enjoy their mansions. I want better for you. God has given you beauty, use it wisely." Rebecca glanced at Emily, admiration and a little envy in her eyes. "I hope one day I will be as lucky as you, Emily," she whispered. Emily smiled faintly, but her heart was heavy. She knew many would chase her because of her beauty. Yet she believed money alone could never guarantee happiness. After a moment of silence, Emily finally spoke again. "Mama," she said softly, "what about Jude? The mechanic. He is the one who sponsored me through the university. I promised him I would marry him." At the mention of Jude's name, Madam Katherine's face hardened. "Jude?" She scoffed. "That poor, broke mechanic. Never. You can never marry him. When you marry a rich man, he will pay back every single kobo Jude spent on you. I did not raise a beautiful daughter to become the wife of a poor man." Emily lowered her head, tears gathering in her eyes. She so much loved Jude, and Jude has really sacrificed a lot for her, and now her mother is against her marrying Jude. She wept silently. Emily walked slowly back into the hut, her mother's harsh words echoing loudly in her mind. Jude. Poor, broke Jude. The same man who had worked day and night, fixing engines under the hot sun, just so he could pay her school fees and see her become something greater than he ever was. She sat on her small wooden bed and buried her face in her palms. How can love be so cheap in Mama's eyes? She whispered,
"Emily, I love you. Please don't leave me."
"Oh, I love you too, Jude. But my mother said I can never marry you."
That evening, as the sun dipped behind the tall palm trees, Jude arrived as he often did. His hands were stained with oil, his shirt faded from many washes, but his smile was warm, the kind that made Emily's heart feel safe. "Emily," he called softly from outside the hut. She came out slowly, forcing a smile. "Jude. You came." "Of course I did," he said, handing her a small nylon bag. "I brought you bread and groundnuts. You said you were hungry yesterday." Her heart squeezed. Even with so little, he always remembered her needs. They walked a short distance away from the hut and sat under the old mango tree where they often talked. Jude looked at her lovingly. "I got good news today," he said excitedly. "My boss said if I keep working hard, he will soon help me open my own small workshop. Then I can start saving properly for our wedding." Emily felt her chest tighten. The word wedding cut deeply. She looked away, blinking back tears. "Jude, there is something I need to tell you." He noticed the sadness in her eyes and gently held her hand. What is it? Did I do something wrong? No, you didn't, she said quickly. It's my mother. She doesn't want me to marry you. Jude froze. She says you're too poor, Emily continued, her voice trembling. She says when I marry a rich man, he will repay all the money you spent on my education. For a long moment, Jude said nothing. The sound of crickets filled the silence, then he smiled sadly. So, that's how she sees me. I don't see you that way, Emily cried. Jude, you are the kindest man I know. You believed in me when nobody else did. Jude squeezed her hand gently. Emily, I know I'm not rich. I don't have cars or houses. But I swear to you, with time, I will give you a good life. She nodded, tears rolling down her cheeks. I believe you. But my mother, she will never agree. Jude stood up slowly and looked into the dark sky. If loving you means fighting poverty and the whole world, then I will fight.
Emily, this is your chance.
But I don't want to be the reason you and your family suffer. What do you mean? Emily asked in fear. He turned back to her, pain in his eyes. If one day a rich man comes and your family forces you to choose, will you still choose me? Emily opened her mouth to answer, but no words came out. Her silence was answer enough. Jude nodded slowly, his heart breaking. I understand. The next morning, news spread through the village that a wealthy businessman from the city, Chief Raymond Okri, had come to inspect lands nearby. His convoy of shining black cars drew crowds wherever it passed. Madame Catherine's eyes sparkled the moment she heard, "A rich man has come to this village," she whispered excitedly. Emily, this is your chance. She said to herself. That afternoon, as fate would have it, Emily was sent to fetch water from the stream. On her way back, a black car stopped beside her. The window rolled down slowly. Inside sat a tall, well-dressed man with dark glasses and a confident smile. Good afternoon, beautiful lady, he said smoothly. What is your name? Emily's heart skipped. Emily, she replied softly. Little did she know that this simple meeting would soon pull her into a world of wealth, temptation, and painful choices. The next few days passed slowly, but Madame Catherine's heart was restless. From the moment she heard about Chief Raymond Okri, her mind had already made plans. Opportunity does not knock twice, she kept muttering to herself. Early one morning, she sent Emily to the market. Dress well, she instructed, handing her a clean wrapper and blouse. You never know who you might meet on the road. Emily did not understand, but she obeyed. On her way back from the market that afternoon, a basket of vegetables balanced on her head, she noticed a familiar black car slowing down beside her. Her heart jumped. The window rolled down again. Emily, a deep voice called. She stopped in surprise. Inside sat the same rich man from the stream, Chief Raymond Okri. Without the dark glasses this time, his face was clearly visible, handsome in a mature way, but lines of age were already forming around his eyes. You remember me, he said with a smile. Yes, sir, she replied shyly. I have been hoping to see you again, he continued. You are even more beautiful in daylight. Emily lowered her eyes, uncomfortable but polite. Thank you, sir. Where are you coming from? The market. Allow me to give you a ride home, he offered. The sun is too hot for a lady like you. She hesitated, but the road was long and lonely. Slowly, she climbed into the back seat.